Welcome to Comic Book Overview, where everyone can come and indulge in all things comic related, whether it be movies, TV shows, cartoons, video games, or just comics themselves. If you love comic books, then show it by hitting that subscribe button to help this precious media that we all love thrive and flourish. With the new Marvel movie Spider-Man Far From Home coming out right around the corner, I decided to make a video on one of Spidey's oldest all-time villains, Mysterio, aka Quentin Beck. As of now, it's not fully known on what role Mysterio will play in the movie, but I suspect old Fishbowl Head will have a sinister, ulterior motive for helping Spider-Man defeat the so-called Elementals. If in fact, he is not the main reason behind their appearance in Europe in the first place. Somewhat similar to Beck's plot in his first appearance in the comics, way back in June of 1964, in the Amazing Spider-Man number 13. This issue starts out with what appears to be the web crawler taking off with a bag of loot. While leaping out from the second-story window, he climbs a nearby wall and mounts the roof. Unbeknownst to Spider-Man, though, there are two watchmen already there keeping a lookout. With a quick shot of the web, they are subdued, and he is able to take off into the night, with his escape concealed by a strange fog that just so happens to suddenly appear. The next day, the heist is all in the papers, leaving Parker to question the article. He knows that he has not committed the crime, but the papers claim that Spider-Man was responsible for the robbery. Believing no one can mimic his unique abilities, Peter starts to question his own sanity. Meanwhile, J. Jonah Jameson receives a letter from a stranger stating that he can defeat Spider-Man. Taking the stranger up on his offer, Mysterio appears in JJ's office, telling Jameson to plant a notice in the Daily Bugle, asking Spider-Man to meet him at the top of the Brooklyn Bridge. Having no time to prepare for the confrontation, nevertheless, even knowing of his opponent, Spider-Man is thoroughly defeated. As is obvious, Mysterio is well prepared for the wall crawler and planned for all his attacks. It is only by a narrow margin that Spider-Man was able to escape capture into the cold waters below. With the outcome of the battle going viral, Mysterio soaks up the accolades. Him and Jameson come to an understanding. JJ will receive the identity of the wall menace known as Spider-Man, while Mysterio receives the cash reward. But little does either one of the two know it is because of their meeting that Parker is able to plant a bug on Quentin Beck, concealing it in the folds of his voluminous cape. The next time the two meet, Spidey quickly feigns a defeat. Lured into a false sense of hubris, Beck grandizes into a monologue of his own genius, explaining his origin as a special effects man for the TV. When it dawned on him, with all his genius in creating gadgets, he could imitate Spider-Man's abilities, make it seem as though the wall crawler had turned to crime, and then create the persona of Mysterio, the master of illusions. The new hero that would defeat the once good guy turned bad. This grandizing allowed Parker to tape the whole confession on a miniature recorder to clear his name later. Now, the evidence in hand, Spidey learned his lessons from the previous encounter and turned the tables on Mysterio, thoroughly defeating him in their second confrontation, leaving Jameson to look like a fool once again. This issue marked the first encounter out of many more to come, as Mysterio was not done by a long shot in his criminal career. Stay tuned to Comic Book Overview YouTube channel for more stories concerning the mysterious Mysterio. Until next time, tap that bell icon to be notified of future videos, subscribe, and oh yes, as always, keep reading, my friends.